Okay, it's me here. I'm back from work. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm pretty much just going to chop this thing in half is what I want to do. Okay, I got my 3 nuts right here. Okay, put it up there and it's about half of it. A little less than half. Okay, so pretty much just going to draw a line straight down halfway, and then whatever we cut, it's probably going to wind up being a little bit shorter than half of this, because you're going to be losing like the piece that you're cutting. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to use a sawzall to do it. I wish I had like some kind of chop saw, but I don't. So alright, here's we go. Okay, here's me here. So I got the caliper out, and this spacer is 45 millimeters long. Okay, so we're gonna cut that. We're just gonna cut it in half. So 22 and a half is the halfway. Okay, so I'm gonna go draw a line at 22 and a half ish, around there, and then we're gonna cut it. Okay. Okay, there you go. That's what the inside looks like. It's freaking hollow, dude. Yeah, it's kind of weird, yeah. It kind of melted it a little bit, but I guess it's okay. It makes it stronger. I hope that's still pretty strong. That's pretty much right in the middle almost. Okay, so if I still wanted to use it as a whole piece, I probably could, okay? So what I use is this Dremel cutting wheel. I had a plastic cutting wheel here, okay? So I guess it's designed to cut plastic. It's thinner, basically, I think. And I use it kind of like at the medium speed. Okay, so and then I used a saw to finish it, because I didn't quite, the cutting wheel wasn't quite big enough to get the whole thing, so, and it was really easy to use. In fact, probably we could have just used a saw the whole time. This stuff was really easy to cut through. Okay, it's kind of weird. It's like hollow. Hopefully it's strong. Okay, yeah, that's surprising, right? I would have thought it would just be solid plastic, but it's not. It's hollow. It's like a honeycomb, you know? Alright, so we'll probably use one of these. This one kind of feels flatter, so we'll use this one here. Okay, this one, I don't know, for whatever reason, there's like a piece sticking out here, but this one doesn't feel like on this one, so. Alright, so we'll clean this up, and then I'll go install it, and then I'll let you know how it goes. Here's me out. Okay, here's me here. So there it is. I cleaned it up with a file a little bit. I might need to kind of ream these holes out a little bit, but it looks good. I'm surprised this 3D printing material is pretty good. It hasn't like, usually you'll see kind of like strands and stuff come out of it and stuff, because it wasn't bonded very well. You know, it's the weak points are actually like right here. So if you were to like kind of twist it like or tweak it like this way, it'll break, you know, it'll split. but it's pretty tough. It's pretty well printed. Is what I'm gonna say. Okay, so I'm gonna go get a reamer, just ream these holes out a little bit. Everything looks good. When I filed it, it kind of did make it stronger. It kind of melted it all together, sort of. Okay, he's here. I know airplane just has possible overhead when I shoot the video. So there it is. It looks like it's tucked up in there like a whole lot. I don't think we can get any more closer than that. I think that's about it. So I think that's good. That's where it kind of naturally wants to sit. So we'll leave it there. I don't have much. There's nothing to really touch this, you know. So that's good. All the touching happens like up here. So as long as we can push this as far in as we can. Okay. So it worked out pretty good. I found some bolts that fit pretty well. Unfortunately, these ones were too short, so can't use these ones with the Loctite on them. I'm trying to use these up because I literally a bag full of them, like hundreds of them. Okay, here's my hair. So today, so we finished cutting the spacer down, and we put shorter bolts in to push the controller up in there. Now we just need to make a final extension bracket for the stock ears. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing in this part of the video. I'll show you kind of what's going on here. Okay, so there is there's the shortened spacer with the bolts in there. It's shoved up the controller in there quite a bit. Pretty happy with that. And then we're going to go make an extension bracket very similar to this. Okay, just like this, but like the right size. Okay, this is not the right size. Okay, so we're gonna use, this is the raw material I used for that. Basically, we're just gonna put that up there like that, and then cut it, make it look pretty, probably paint it black like the other one, and then we're gonna bolt this in here, and then we're gonna bolt the other side here with a nut. Okay, and then should be good. It should clear everything. It shouldn't touch the controller or anything. So it's looking good. Okay. You can see that it's not very secure right now. It's kind of still flopping around a little bit. We could probably move it back a little bit. What might be good is to make the holes a little bit oversized or slot them a little bit so we got a little bit of room to play. Okay, so but I'm probably going to want to push this back a little bit and then make our cut. Okay, all right, let's make it up. Alright, here's my hair. There we go. I made the bars right there. They look like battery bars is what they look like. Okay. Basically, I drilled 2 1/4-inch holes. I think that's big enough for the actually, I do have the screw with me. Boom, perfect. Perfect fit. Looks good. Alright, so let's try it out. It was a little hard to drill because like there's the bit is like pretty close to like the same size as the bar, so yeah, there wasn't much room to hold it is what I want to say. All right, okay, so I'm gonna go install these, and then if they fit, we'll paint them. Okay, we'll paint them black. Here we go, moment of truth. See if this bad boy fits. Fit either way. Okay. Perfect. It is perfection. He's made a good job. Alright, so okay, I'm just gonna install one side and then like I'll just do the other side. So alright, so here's one. Okay, just do it loosely for now. I'm gonna get the rest of the hardware for that. So the good thing is I'm making use of stuff that I was using before, okay? So here we got this guy, and then I got a locking nut right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a tab mill. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is push this in as far as I can make it. Okay. Tighten it. Okay. Nice. I think this bolt needs to be bigger. I need to get a bigger one than this, but okay, there you go. It looks good. Once it's painted black, it'll look nice. Okay. So this doesn't interfere with the controller at all. The nut being back here, it's just the BAC 4000 is just the right length. Is what I'm gonna say. Okay. And yeah. And then so we were able to reuse this here, the cowl on the side. So that's nice. We don't have this big old open gap here anymore. You know. Okay. And the controller is solid. So I got to go install the other side, and I'll let you know how that one goes. All right. Here's we go. I do feel that this should be a longer bolt. I don't feel it poking out the other side of the locking nut, and we don't want this to get loose, okay? So I'm probably going to find a longer bolt than this one. Okay, there it is. Looks good. So I got a longer bolt. What I did is I used a longer bolt. So this is the one that I use. I might see if I can find a smaller one, but you can see it's poking out there now, okay? So that's okay, because there's like nothing back here, okay? There's nothing that's going to hit it at all, okay? And the heatsink shouldn't be moving, so because it's actually clamped or bolted onto that. Okay, so that's the final product. Still very stiff and strong. It's tucked up in there more. I'd say almost half of the controller is tucked up in there, so I like that a lot better. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this setup. So so the last thing that we got to do is we're gonna paint this black so it matches a little better. Okay, I'm gonna paint it low gloss black. So we're gonna paint this low gloss black. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a little bit shorter bolt than this. Like I said, it sticks out a little bit too much on the other end, but it's not a big deal, you know. But if I can find one that's just a teeny bit shorter, then it's okay. The important thing is that it goes all the way through the locking nut. If it doesn't, then the locking nut isn't no locking nut, right? Okay, but yeah, there it is. I'm pretty happy with the way that is. Okay, so so we'll paint this black, and then we'll go and then we'll throw it back on the trailer, and then we'll see how the clearance is. I think the clearance will be a lot better now. So if we can get it more than this before it starts touching a whole lot, then we'll be fine. Okay, but so that'll be the last test. But we're gonna have to put the bike back together first, so it might be another day or two. I think I'm supposed to get the new jack shaft soon, so like we're supposed to get it today, but I didn't get it, so I don't know what happened to it. It's probably still on a FedEx truck on the way to my house. So tomorrow we'll work on getting this bike back together, and when we do, we'll get it back on the trailer. Okay, so anyway, so final thing to do is paint this black and then put it back on. Okay, but it's pretty much on there, and it's functional right now. Okay, we just gotta pretty it up. I did get the I used the bench grinder to round out the edges. Pretty nice. Okay, kind of like how these are rounded. Okay, and then I smoothed it out with the finer wheel on the foot Dremel. Okay, but yeah, it turned out pretty good. That's the way I like it. Okay, I think the aluminum kind of stands out a little too much, even though this is aluminum right here. Okay, still got some grease on there, but yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Yeah, so this top part is done. We just need to paint this black, then put it back on. Okay, and then we'll throw it back on the trailer. We'll see what kind of clearance we'll get. Hopefully it'll be better. Okay, I don't mind if it touches, but if it touches, like, you know, and I still got an inch to blow through the stroke, then yeah, that's not good. Okay, all right, done for tonight. Here's my go. Alright, Heatsink here. It's the next day. It's another lovely day in San Jose. And so here they are. These are the finished little lower brackets, okay? Or little lower bracket extensions. So it looks like this one's got a little bit of a overspray. That one will be on the back. It's surprising. It's not dry yet. What the hell? I think this one is dry. It's kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and install them now. That one will probably have some fingerprints on it because apparently it's not dry yet. So probably because I'm using some kind of old paint. That's the paint that I use, by the way. Duplicolor low gloss black. Okay, I didn't do any prep to it, so that might be why it didn't freaking dry. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and install them, and then that'll be the final product. And then once I get my bike running again, we'll throw it back on the trailer and we'll see if this made a difference. Okay, so the main reason for this, for me pushing the controller in more, is so I can get more clearance for my fender. Okay. All right. Let's make it. Okay, Heatsink here, and there it is. How you like that? So as you can see, it's sucked in quite a bit more. I'll try to get some pictures of it, and then I'll put them one right after another, how it was before, and then how it is now. But definitely the controller is sucked up into the frame a lot more. Probably, I know it's because of the way the tilt sensor is. You know, if I could push the bottom part of the controller up, like kind of where this is, I think it would be perfect. But it's still kind of like, it's kind of hangs low. That's what I don't like about this Heatsink, you know, like I don't know. That's why I wouldn't put like a BAC 8000 on this. It would just like stick out a whole lot, you know. But yeah, so we got all this. We still got all this space back here. I took this little cover that I made, okay, so we can get better cooling to the motor. Kind of some of the wiring and stuff is exposed though. So, but the good thing is this pretty much acts as a cover, okay. So all, you know, this extra part that's sticking out, it kind of takes the place of this. So kind of don't need this anymore. But the good thing is we still got this little cowl here. It still looks pretty clean, you know. I could just take this out. But the good thing is, like, yeah, there's a place to bolt the cowl onto now, okay. Before you couldn't. We did away with this, okay. We put this and we cut it in half, okay. So that's pretty much what we did. And then we used shorter bolts. I wound up finding a different, I wound up using a different bolt and nut. It's a little bit bigger. It's a SAE size, so it's the same, uses the same Allen wrench to take it out. But I just got like all these SAE bolts like I don't really use, so I'd like to use them. And they're really nice. They're stainless steel, so pretty. Okay, I think it looks great. I like it. I like it a whole lot. So here's the other side right here. So basically the last part that I did was we painted this black, and then that was it, and then we just put it back. And it looks freaking awesome. I love it. Okay. This is kind of stuck in here. I don't know what the deal with that is, but it looks fine. Hopefully this doesn't stick out too much because a branch could come and snag on this. So I might want to do something about that. Maybe zip tie it to the horn or something. Okay. But everything looks good. You can still kind of stick your finger in there. Okay. But a lot of the top part of the controller got pushed up into the frame, and that's exactly what I was looking for. This really only touched like over here, okay? So hopefully it doesn't touch, or if it does touch, it doesn't, you know, it touches less, okay? So there's less chance of this breaking when it comes into contact with that, okay? So the next part of the video is when I get my bike back together, we'll throw it back on the trailer. And we'll see what the clearance, the fender clearance is. In my opinion, I think that's how they should have made it in the first place, you know. I feel like they made it stick out too much, but it's probably because this is made for a BAC 8000. That's what my guess is. Okay. Maybe the BAC 8000 needs to stick out that far. I'm not sure, man, but we moved it in half. Okay. So this is all the leftover stuff I have. There should be another one of these somewhere in my pile of goodies. The bolts still have the longer bolts. Okay, this is the center bolt right here. I should have another set of these somewhere. Okay, and then yeah, they're all right here. So that's all the leftover parts after Heatzink's little project to push the controller in a little bit more. Like I said, if I were just riding it, you know, on the street all the time, or I wasn't riding it very aggressively, then I would think, you know, you didn't need to do this mod. Okay, but my fender's touching the heatsink like really good, like up to here. So this is where we measured it. So here it's touching it quite a bit. Okay, and I didn't feel comfortable compressing the suspension more than that. Okay, so all right, so so that's the end of this part. The next part is we'll get this guy up on the trailer again and compress the front suspension, and then we'll see what the fender to heatsink clearance is. Okay. All right. Well, it looks good. I'm pretty happy. Yep. All right. This is what we got.